July 25 CCTV report: the wreckage of a Russian Su-35 plane was shot down, over Ukraine. 35 fighter jets, and there are 14 combat aircraft aiming systems, or we'll put them together. Eurasian Times. Think Ukraine handed over the wreckage to the US, UK. The British in the sample found the Su-35 fighter more experienced, including the data interface and code and how the device works, etc. Also in the news, June 20 near Kherson, Ukraine, a Russian Su-35 fighter jet was shot down by a Ukrainian anti-aircraft missile. But this claim was not confirmed until July 19. The West reported that one Su-35 fighter plane was shot down. This is the first time Western media confirmed the Su fighter jet. 35 was filmed in Ukraine. U.S. website retweet: Su-35 shot down in Novikokhovka area. Although it can be officially stated they recorded it themselves, but there are signs. Su-35 fighter, it is the North Army. Not only is it possible to mistake this for a Ukrainian drone. Through the scene, the fighter jet can be seen turning around after being hit. The pilot parachuted to escape. In fact, the remains of the fighter after the destruction of the useful information can still be provided, very limited. To get to these ruins, Chongqing plus model size, available features of the device are almost impossible, especially the program code once destroyed irreparably, even if you don't have Su-35 fighter jet control panel of the airport C. It also cannot reproduce the code, not to mention the core secrets of the Su-35 fighter to rebuild the flight control system code and the instrument code unless the manufacturer provides the source code. But an impossible. Eurasian Times report can be described as exaggerated, but this kind of behavior in Ukraine is very dangerous. It is also extremely Russian. Watch. In fact, Ukraine's supply and production of weapons to the U.S. has precedent and provides a full range of weapons and equipment used by skills. Early 2019, Ukraine provided 6 complete Su-27 fighters for the U.S. Ukraine says it wants the U.S. to escalate the price of oil. Chester 27, 2 of them will be converted into 2 seats, but this claim has been questioned by the outside world, regardless of whether the United States has the ability to carry out the reform alone. Converted to 2 seats, America's core technology for the Su-27. How can this batch of Su-27 fighters be upgraded? Even if you want to upgrade, I'm afraid the engine and the flight control system will also, even the weapons system, replace all with US or and certainly very expensive 26 Su-27 fighters thing. What comes after is no more news. Some analysts believe that this is the agreement between the Ukrainian authorities and the U.S. Ukraine to supply 6 Su-27 fighter jets to the U.S. cracked in the U.S. including the air system code and flight characteristics and features of the engine, etc. In return, U.S. support for Ukraine includes economic and always better than getting the Su-35s out of the battlefield. The benefits from Shanghai are much higher than Cho Su-35 after all. After the Shanghai team's anti-aircraft missile was shot down, life must be terrible. It's simply not possible to have complete parts.